Welcome to this tutorial on setting up the WorldPay SDK. The WorldPay SDK is a powerful tool that allows developers to integrate online payment processing into their applications. In this guide, we will walk you through the steps to set up the WorldPay SDK and start processing payments. First, you need to create a WorldPay account and obtain your client ID and client secret. These credentials are used to authenticate your application and authorize payments. You can find these credentials in the WorldPay dashboard under the Account Settings section. Next, you need to install the WorldPay SDK in your project. The SDK is available for various programming languages, including Java, Python, and PHP. You can download the SDK from the WorldPay website or install it using a package manager like Maven or Composer. Once the SDK is installed, you need to import it into your project and initialize it with your client ID and client secret. This will establish a connection to the WorldPay payment gateway and allow you to start processing payments. To process a payment, you need to create a payment request object and populate it with the payment details, such as the amount, currency, and payment method. You can then use the SDK to send the payment request to the WorldPay payment gateway and receive a response. The WorldPay SDK also provides a range of features to help you manage payments, including tokenization, which allows you to store payment cards securely, and recurring payments, which enable you to charge customers on a regular basis. Best practices for setting up the WorldPay SDK include ensuring that you handle errors and exceptions properly, and that you test your integration thoroughly to ensure that it is working as expected. You should also ensure that you comply with all relevant security and regulatory requirements, such as PCI DSS and GDPR. In conclusion, setting up the WorldPay SDK is a straightforward process that requires you to create a WorldPay account, install the SDK, initialize it with your credentials, and start processing payments. By following the steps outlined in this guide and following best practices, you can integrate online payment processing into your application and start accepting payments from customers around the world.